Welcome, welcome, Globies. I am going to do something today that is very, very simple. It is only actually three main ingredients, and then whatever seasonings you choose, but I'll show you what I'm going to use. So come on, I'm going to show you how to make this delicious chicken dish tonight. For this, you're going to need some chicken. I like chicken thighs because I think they're just very moist. And today I'm going to be using chicken thighs that have been skinned and boned, but I don't always use that. That's just what I happen to have. The other two main ingredients are barbecue sauce and Canada Dry ginger ale, or any ginger ale that you have. I just like that. And I happen to really like Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, but if you have a favorite barbecue sauce, would you put it down below in the comments and let me know? Also, I have a barbecue sauce recipe that if you'd like me to share that with you, let me know. It is really good, but I'm doing something today that you can get ready in about 5 minutes prep and then just put it on the stove and let it go. So let's get going. The seasoning I'm going to use today: pepper, seasoned salt, onion powder, and pure garlic. So I'm going to start seasoning my meat, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. So I am going to season up my chicken with some seasoning salt, and I'm going to mix it all in a minute, but I'm not going to do it till I have everything in there because I don't want to get my glove all that raw chicken on it and then have to change. You know how I love garlic powder, so I'm putting a healthy bit of garlic powder, onion powder, and then I'm going to put some black pepper. Now, a while back, I did a honey mustard, and with that, I did a coating on it, but a honey mustard chicken, that is. But I'm not doing a coating on this. So I'm just going to mix this all up. And I think I'm going to put just a little more seasoning salt. But again, you know my motto, don't put too much salt because you can always add more salt. But once you have too much, you're stuck and your dish is ruined. So I'm going to put a little more seasoning salt here. And we're good to go there. Now, what I'm doing today, I'm using my Omnia cooker. Now, Gina from Gina's Van Life told me that she did a delicious meatloaf in hers. So I'm going to do this chicken in here. So we're just going to put it in here. We're going to let it go. Turn on the gas and let it cook. And we'll just see. If you've seen, I've scored the chicken. You can see it's cut open and scored, and that is so that when I see these cuts here, it cooks a little faster, plus it will absorb the barbecue sauce, because I'm going to put barbecue sauce in this, but I'm not going to do it to start with. I'm going to add the barbecue sauce later. So we're going to turn on this gas. And I'm going to turn it on to medium. And we're going to just let it cook. And then meanwhile, we're going to come back and I'm going to show you how simple. I mean, a child could make this barbecue sauce. It's so simple. So we'll be back in a jiff. I told you this sauce is so simple, and I'm not kidding. All you do is you take some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. I pour maybe about a cup and a half, maybe a little more, depending on how much barbecue sauce you like. Then I take and I add some onion powder. I add some garlic powder. good healthy dose. I stir that up, get that good and mixed up in there. And then I just add about 1/3 of a cup of ginger ale. And that is it. Now, does it get any simpler than that? And this, you talk about good barbecue sauce. Now, this isn't my homemade, but this is pretty darn tasty. And what I will do is I will let that sit to the side while the chicken is cooking. I get it all mixed in there. And see, it's still rich and thick. That really didn't thin that out much. Still rich and thick. And then when the chicken's about half done, we'll come back and we'll pour this, or probably 3/4 of the way done. We'll come back and we'll pour this over the chicken and let it finish cooking with this on it. How simple is that? It doesn't get any easier than that. And let me tell you something else. I'm using my Omnia because I wanted to just try it out today with the Omnia like I was doing it in the oven. But you can do this on top of the stove. You don't have to do it. You just, what I would do if I'm doing it on the top of the stove, I would take the chicken and I would just lightly brown it just to get it a little bit crunchy. And then I would just cook it with, you can do it with a little bit of oil and just cook it. And then when it's almost done, I do the same thing. Pour my barbecue sauce over it, making sure that it was covered, and you're good to go. Now, if you want, you can add some chopped onions to this barbecue sauce. You can add mushrooms. You can add whatever you want. But I wanted to do a 3 main ingredient dish for you. And 1, 2, 3 main ingredients and seasoning. So we'll be back. I'm going to be checking on this and I'll let you see how it's coming along. Oh my, it looks like this is just cooking right up. Oh my goodness. It's been about 12 minutes that it's cooking. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you. I am going to take this sauce that's been, you can see the sauce, it's nice and thick and rich. And I'm going to take, and I'm just going to pour this. Now you can see there's a juice on the bottom from the chicken, but I'm going to leave that there so we can have that flavor. And I'm just going to pour this over here. And this is just going to, ooh, I got to be careful because you can't put your hand over this or you will scorch the daylights out of your hand. So let me just do it like this. And let me scrape the rest of this out of here. Now, if you like your barbecue sauce a little bit more tart, you can add a little bit of vinegar to this if you like. But I just want it just the way it is. And I am going to serve this up with some potato salad and some green beans. And that's going to be dinner. I actually have some more that I'm going to cook of this a little bit later after I get through with this show. But let's put the top back on there. And where I have this because I forgot my little mitt inside here. So I'm just using a paper towel, but we'll be back and sample it. This is, oh, it looks scrumptious, doesn't it? I'll show you in a few minutes. Oh my goodness, this looks so good. Oh, I'm gonna serve this up with some delicious potato salad, and I'll try and remember to put a link for my potato salad that I made on the show, and some green beans, and I'm gonna show you the green beans in a minute. They're not homemade, but they are as good as homemade. So we'll be back in a minute and do the fun part, the tasting. Oh boy, I can hardly wait. Oh, I want to taste the chicken, but I have to have some of this potato salad. I just love potato salad. And these string beans, these are Glory string beans. And I'm telling you, they taste as good, if not better, than homemade. They are delicious. So if you find any of these Glory string beans, try them. But now for the piece de resistance, the chicken. How simple, yet how delicious. Oh my goodness, that's good. This is delicious. I hate to put it down. I'll be back. Thank you so much. I'm just so grateful and happy to have you along. Try this simple recipe for barbecue chicken, potato salad, easy Glory green beans. That's a meal in a van in a snap. But thank you so much. Another episode of Glorious Life on Wheels. Hit that button. If you haven't subscribed, come on and join the Glow family. And I will see you next week with another episode of I think I'm going to do another really easy menu item and option next week. And if you haven't already seen, go back this past Tuesday. I had the most amazing tour of a tiny little Ford Connect that is just so luxurious. And there's such an interesting backstory behind the lady who is living in there on and off. But you'll have to tune in to see it. But I'll see you Saturday on the live. Bye, Glow friends. May your journey be filled with joy and blessings. Bye.